Hi, this is Denise Miller. I'm going to make a quick tag using leftover ephemera. I just grabbed out one of my files and started digging through. I found this image of a heart. I liked the colors in it. This is my tag. I figured out that it is going to fit. So all I did was start grabbing out different pieces that had similar coloring that was in my, I guess you could call it like a focal point. You don't necessarily need a piece that fits all the way across. You can either leave it with lots of different shapes and sizes, or you can cut it in half to get the strip that you want. So some of these are printed on label paper, and some of them are just printed on normal copy paper. So some I will be gluing, some adhere already. So I'm just gonna start stacking up. I think I'm gonna start at the bottom, and then at the end, I'm gonna go and cut around anything that's sticking off. I believe this one is a label or a sticker. Doesn't necessarily need to be exactly straight. And then since I have this down here, I think I'm going to do a darker color. Now I have two scissors. I have just my straight edge, and then I have scissors that look like ripped. I could just rip it across, or I could just cut it. Does not matter. But I'm going to put the cut side down. Let me see if this is a label. If I scrunch up the side, it normally will come off if it is. Let's see. Nope, just ripping apart. Okay, so let me see where I'm going to just layer this down here. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. I know in my brain that lots of this is going to be underneath the heart. So I might end up putting down here more of the pieces that are pieced together. That way it doesn't show as much. So you can make it as grungy, right? Or as pristine as you wish. Obviously, if you rip, tear, use little teeny pieces, it is going to look what we would consider more grungy, right? Compared to a fine piece of artwork. Let's see, I'm pretty sure this is just paper. Yep. Thing is, I print on heavy duty paper, so sometimes it actually feels like a sticker when it's not. But the back of this is so smooth, it's getting me, that's why I'm questioning it, is maybe it is really sticker. Yep, guess not. So since the heart's going to go over it, even if it turns out to be sticker paper, it's really not going to wreck anything. Let's see what other colors. I have some of these as well. Let me do a light colored pink, or I guess you could call it a purple. Let's see. Yep, that's perfect. Then I'm thinking of doing that blue. So you could just do it lines. You don't have to do it with the edge being ripped or looking ripped. I just think it kind of adds a little extra. So let's actually rip one. Now, when you rip in one direction, the white does not show. And then if you rip in the opposite direction, the white does show. So if you don't want it to rip, rip away from you. If you do want the white, rip towards you. Let's put that one on. Again, it doesn't fit all the way across, so I am using 2 halves. I think I just might do it so it's in the middle. Okay. See where this is going to be. Still there. I like that. Even though it's similar to this, it's enough different that I'm going to use it. Can't quite tell if it is a sticker or not. Looking at the back. I'm just going to glue it. Now I have got a bunch of solids here. And then I have a lot of more patterny type things, so I can quickly put in a pattern. I think I'm going to keep that pattern up more to the top. Let's see. Yep, I think I'm going to put it there. Now, if I find once I start putting these on that I don't have enough, I can always go back into my junk folder and dig around and get some other ones that are similar colors. A lot of the kits, even though they might not all match, some of them have similar colors in them. Okay, I don't want just that. I need another stripe up there. Let's look at this purple. Yep, let's do it. Thinking of what kind of wording I want on it. I can go through my folder to find some words that are already printed out, or I could just write it myself. If I have an idea, if I do want to cut this end. Since I will probably be sending this to someone, I wouldn't necessarily, like if I was using this for like my word of the year, which is steadfast, I would then write out my word of the year, my logos, 365 word. But if I'm sending it to someone, I might be writing something else on here. Okay. Let's see if I can get this up. And all I'm going to do is cut around. I talked on one of my other videos about how the sticker kind of wrecks your scissors. It makes it all sticky. You can go back and de-stick it. A little bit of a pain. So I have one pair of scissors that I know I have done stickers with, cut stickers with, and so I try to primarily use those so that I don't wreck, 5 different pairs at the same time. And then I go back and there's some fancy cleaners that you can actually buy on Amazon that de-glue, or you can just take a scrub brush and scrub with warm water and some soap, and that usually does just fine. Okay, it's glued a little bit on my desk. I'll have to come back and get that off. I had this down here, but I'm thinking of maybe putting it up a little bit higher. Yep, I like it right there. So here that goes, and then I'm gonna quickly look through my folder, see if I can come up with a word that I want. If not, I will stop the video and go find one. So before I do that, I I could pick out any really color from there. I could pick out pinks or purples. There is a lot of purple on there, so maybe a pink behind it would look good. Let me see first. If I don't like it, I can always come back and go around it with a purple. It's getting pretty low. This is more of a fuchsia. Let's see if it's dark enough. It's kind of dark enough. Let me see what purple I have over here. It's indigo. Royal purple. Let's try that. See if that makes it. Now these are Derwent ink pencils. Derwent Color Soft. So they're very, very soft. And let's see what the other ones I have in here. Ink Tense. These are the Ink Tense ones. So because they're soft, if I rub them with my finger really, really fast, it actually almost like melts them, and it makes it just less like a line and more like a shadow. I did not get out my little ink pads. I have little ink pads. So instead of doing that, I think what I will do is go along the edge with this same. And all you're doing is adding a little bit of a frame. It's obviously a lot easier if you use an ink pad because you just zip it along instead of a pencil. But this works. It's just normally I would grab it over there, but because I'm on my other desk, I'll just use this. Okay, I have a hole I need to make. Use the back. I can find some fun fiber to tie on there as well. So let me quickly grab this out and see if any of them come to mind. This is our WordFetti pages from our 2025 kits. Let's see, I like the fact that we have some pinks here. These are all the Adventure Lent from last year. Emmanuel, King. Love the one that says Life. Son of God, Rock, and that's a goodie too. He's my rock. Cornerstone. Let's keep those out. And True Vine. I Am the Light. I do like I Am the Light too. See if I see. Move it out here so I can see it right now to see how they would go. Anyway. As you can see going through. I do like Life, Author of Life. Ooh, maybe I'll do Author of Life. I have lots to choose from. Angel of the Lord. Ooh, Redeemer. I wonder if I can find a Redeemer one. I have so many of these folders. Oh, here's one. These are some leftovers. King, Messiah, Life, oop, Redeemer. Yep, I think that is what I am going to use. I'm not going to use one of the colorful ones because the colors don't exactly match up. But I do like, I have a ton of options of the word Redeemer. And I kind of like the idea. Usually I like it to overlap, but I don't know. I just might put it by itself at the bottom. Some of these are a little bit large. I'm going back and forth. I absolutely love typewriter print. I think that's what I'm going to do. Here we go. This is on sticker paper. Let me see if I can now get this all back in again. Okay, so get out a pen. Let me see if I have a really thick one. Looking through my pen, aha. Here we go. I'm going to add the word my. Okay, so let's put this down here. So think about all the things you can do and how many different things you can make with leftover ephemera. You don't have to have it just our kits, but really anything. Even if you just had a magazine and you were cutting out of a magazine the different different little pieces of strips of different things to add onto a tag. And as you can see, it really didn't take very long at all. So I'm going to do my... Go over it again. So my Redeemer. Just darkening it up with a little bit with a pen, and maybe I'll do the same. Going around, you still see the pink, you still see the purple, but it just darkens it a little bit. So my Redeemer. So you could do so many things with this now. Obviously, you can give it away. You can send it to someone. You can put it in your Bible. You can put it into a junk journal. You can put it into your common book. Just a ton of different things. So get out your scraps, get out a magazine, rip up, make something new, add your saying to it, your Logos 365, or write something about Jesus on there. This is perfect. If you are a journaler, you would have the whole entire back to journal about how he is your Redeemer. So hope this helps a little bit about thinking of what you can do with those 50,000 tags that someone gave you and have been sitting there for years and years and years, and what you can do when you have all these scraps and pieces of things, or you have a magazine someone gave you, or some junk mail, and it has some pretty pictures that you could rip up and glue. So spend some time studying God's Word, spend some time creating and crafting. And we'd love to see you share on our Facebook group, which is facebook.com /groups/Visual Faith Ministry.